process can be done in 6 days. Therefore, the actual benefit, the business case, more time for analysis and forecasting. Therefore, you can see the application, the enterprise companies that started doing balance sheet forecasting. They also want to forecast not only the statistical data but also financial data. This is a real-time benefit. How do we achieve this? By compacting the time it takes to perform consolidation, you get more time for conduct in-depth analysis on KPIs and your operational metrics. Maybe you want to understand, next 5 years, if I want my business to be grown by 10%, what all capital expenses, resources I need. The total time it reduces the financial closing process and give more time for analysis and reporting. Another benefit, we can rely on the data. The most important thing, we can rely on data because we use a dedicated solution for financial data quality management. Also, extracting data directly from the transactional system. FDQM can directly connect to e-business suite, read and write back to that. Also, we perform regulatory requirements, various GAAP standard, IFRS standard, various compliances, and discover various profitability source. Naturally, if you get more time, you find the areas where you map the cost center and revenue center. Ideally, the way to discover the profitability source is to business look at the point of view. For each cost center, what is my expenses, what is my revenue? Some cost center only are expense oriented, like JHR. These are only expenses, they are not direct revenue to the company. So all these areas they identify and figure out where they can save the dollar amount. This is all possible through when they save the time as a part of the financial closing process. Look at this. Okay. See, from the ERP system, they capture this data. This comes as a part of collect data source. So from disparate data source, I collect the source data from various sources. So data has come from your Oracle e-business suite, somewhere, some transaction system, and then we collect it. Now, the question which you asked me for journal entries and consolidation, where the journal entries are done or transaction capture. One thing, it is being captured in the transaction system. We just pull this data into my environment. Now, second question, I think you asked me about the adjustment. No, journal entries and transactions. Journal entries and transaction done at my transaction system. HFM is designed for financial closing and consolidation. So pull data from there, consolidate over here. That's it. Okay. We are confined with the time, so I'll be going ahead with the next slide. Your traditional, the old days, the traditional level of consolidation done through based on Excel sheet. If it is small organization or enterprise level solutions are not offered. In the old days, the first challenge which we have to face is that when we started consolidating data for unstructured information, that is one of the biggest challenge. So traditional consolidation, what it happened, a parent company creates a template and give to the subsidiary companies and say, hey, do not record your transaction into arbitrary manner. They give the template and say, put your all expenses into the given format and send back to me. But in this process, in this complete process, there is no space for process management. Let's take a simple example. These are every subsidiary will send the expenses associated to the meeting in this Excel sheet. What the parent company do, in order to reduce their task, they create some built-in templates and say, fill your expenses only in this format and send back to me. and parent company subsidiary will consolidate them. This is a pretty good solution, but one biggest thing is missing over here. This solution can be implemented for a small organization. If I've got 100,000 subsidiaries, exchanging Excel sheet like this, it is highly unrealistic. Second thing, we do not have any means for process management. What process management is? Let's take a simple example over here. Suppose I have a subsidiary A which submit this data. Submit data, right, to the parent company. And similarly, the same thing would happen with all subsidiaries. When they submit data to the parent company, and the data being submitted by them may not be correct, there some incorrect entries are done. So when we consolidate parent company, we find that data is incorrect and it needs to be adjusted. Maybe the salaries was, we supposed to write the salaries of 1000 and incorrect entries are done for 10,000. 10 extra has been added. Now, in order to correct this entry, we need to perform journal posting. Need to post the journals. But every time we post a journal, it goes through multiple level of approval process. We'll talk about. So, financial analyst, function analyst, or analyst at level 1 sent to his manager. Manager reviews it and sent to his manager. Multiple level of this complete many level of review has been after, unless it is being approved by CFO department. It means if something incorrect entry has been done, there are exchange of Excel sheet multiple times required. Also, we have no means to capture the process. During manager review, he adds certain comments. We cannot keep track of all this process management review level because we are using Excel based solution. So multiple level of exchange of Excel sheets happen. One problem, this is not an enterprise level solution. We have no method of version control. Maybe the parent company and the child company, they have different version of Excel sheets, and this says multiple truth. We have there may be multiple value for same data element. They should be single truth. This causes a lot of trouble. So first task to eliminate this process, the manual process, and put this into complete automate. When you provide web-based solution, any changes anyway do from one part of the globe could be immediately seen by another person. Complete this is what I'm talking about: process management, multiple level of consolidation, and process management. So I'm assuming my entity structure is like this. I have a central. My company is split into this way. We have a head office where we perform all statutory reporting. Under this we have a regional office, and then finally we have local office. This is my structure. Now the transaction at ERPs, various ERP and legacy application, all we do at local level. Maybe a PepsiCo company, India is one subsidiary for them, so all the transaction entries are done at local system. So similarly, they have one subsidiary for India, one for UK, and another various subsidiaries. It is being considered as a local. When one level of consolidation is done, there is one, the second, and third. When different subsidiaries sent to the regional office, upon receival of this transactional data, they review it, then wait up to various level of review, approve, reject, and consolidate. So adjustment and consolidation, this is the first level of consolidation done. It means local office data will consolidate to regional office. And when they consolidate, they also check the data requires some adjustment or not. They also follow some approval process. Approval process for forecasting, budgeting, or anything, As a functional consultant, I enter the data, I send to a manager. He sees, does it align with my enterprise budget, my organization budget? Does it align with my all expenses, my adjustment? And accordingly, they approve, reject, and maybe submit to the next level. So this is one level of review. Similarly, there may multiple level of review happen unless it is being consolidated at topmost level. So all intercompany adjustment, consolidation, finally done at CFO department, and they close the financial closing done at this level, and they prepare the financial closing statement. We got security exchange commission for tax, for legal, treasury, management, or the stakeholders. This is an example of 3 level of consolidation. This is a reviewer process which is missing in the traditional consolidation tool. HFM is more process oriented tool. It means not only it consolidate the data, but it also follow all the compliances and process management. A simple example could be, I'll show you another example over here.